Next topic, we want to get a number of topics in.
Moving on to immigration and Title 42, which allows the federal government to prevent migrants along the southern border from entering the country during health emergencies like the pandemic. And that is set to expire May 23rd. For this question, we're going to do something a little different. I want to ask you to raise your hands, and then we're going to come back to you and have you elaborate. But raise it if you are in favor of extending Title 42, which would continue to keep undocumented immigrants from entering the country. Raise your hand if you support that. And I first want to go to Mr. Lamb. You raised your hand. Why?
Well, what Title 42 is was a measure that we took for the pandemic as a way of trying to control the flow of variants and exposure to the pandemic from outside the country into it. So I think it's logical that Title 42 would stay in effect as long as the pandemic lasts. So what I would support would be a bill that says Title 42 stays in place until at least 60 days after the CDC says that the pandemic is over. I think that's a pretty simple public health measure that everybody could support and understand.
Mr. Kenyatta, you did not raise your hand. You do not support extending it. Why not? 60 seconds.
Because this is more complex than just raising your hand. Here's the reality. The president has reversed the position. It's going to be reversed. My question and my consistent approach to this has been, now what is the plan to make sure that people who are coming to seek asylum, that they're processed? What is the plan to rush resources so that people are treated with a level of humanity and dignity? But at the end of the day, when we're thinking about this is the fundamental problem with Washington and why we have to change Washington. Administration after administration after administration has promised that we're going to get comprehensive immigration reform. Politicians talk about how important immigration reform is. They get to Washington, I don't know what happens, but they don't actually get it done. We need comprehensive immigration reform as a pathway to citizenship where we actually rush resources to the border to process asylum claims humanely, and that we deal with the issues around our dreamers so they have a level of safety and security.
Mr. Fetterman, you raised your hand. You want to extend it. Title 42, you have 60 seconds. Why?
I believe it requires a deeper level of planning and understanding of exactly where the pandemic's going to continue. And I think it would be a rash judgment to revoke it too soon without careful consideration of the direction of where ultimately COVID's going. I think we need to make sure we have that figured out before we lift Title 42. But also, we need to enact and have for decades comprehensive, compassionate, common sense immigration reform in this country. My wife was a former dreamer. Immigration makes America America, and I've long been a proponent of what immigration stands for and what it holds for this country. And we as a nation need to develop a bipartisan and comprehensive solution for our immigration crisis.
Mr. Kenyatta, 15 seconds.
I just want to say, like, for progressives who are at home and think John's progressive option, look at this. Just a couple of questions ago, he said, we need to move away from the pandemic. Pandemic's over, we don't need masks. And now he's saying we have to keep this in place because we have a pandemic. Now, it's fine whatever side of this issue you're on, but he's on every side of every issue.
All right, Mr. Fetterman, I'll give you 15 seconds to respond to that, and then we need to move on.
The bottom line is simply this. Just arbitrarily lifting this in May isn't the right call, and I don't support that. I think it just needs to be thought out more and planned more thoroughly before we fully understand the direction that we're going from an immigration perspective here in this country.